Hi guys, I want to talk to you about the MAC eyeshadow palettes that you can buy, and I think they're really cool because if you buy the regular eyeshadows, they're like $14, depending on what kind you get. And if you buy them in the pans to put in a palette, which are these little kind of like the inserts that go inside the pretty clamshells, they're only $10 instead. Which to me, I'd rather have more eyeshadow than have the pretty clamshells. That's just me. So I wanted to show you what I've compiled after a lot of studying YouTube videos. And I say studying, and I know that's probably funny to some of you, but I've studied the YouTube videos and discovered like what are the most popular colors, what are the most used colors, what do girls have in their collections that they recommend. And I went by the favorites on the MAC website and saw like what the best sellers are. And I've compiled, I just ordered 30, but I already had some. This is a palette, and you buy them online at mac.com, and this one supposed to hold 30 eyeshadows, but I took out the insert, so it can actually hold more like 40 something, 48 or something if you, 48 I think, if you squeeze them together and remove them. It's not as neat this way, but I like it because I can have more eyeshadow in one place. I don't want to be scrambling in a drawer trying to find, that one purple shadow that I love, or maybe it's at the bottom of the drawer and I don't use it very often, but this way they're all in one place. So I want to talk about the eyeshadows I've gotten. I'm not going to swatch them all for you because there's just so many, but I will tell you what MAC describes them as, why I chose it, maybe what I use it for, and swatch a few for you. So we will go down the list, starting with MAC's Nylon. And Nylon is, MAC describes it as a frost finish. It's pale gold with icy shimmer. And I use this in my highlight shade above my, like right by my eyebrows. The next shade is called Vanilla. And Vanilla is peachy ivory with reflex. And it's a velvet finish. So velvety finishes are like so smooth. I mean, it's just like butter. And I know that's like funny to say but about an eyeshadow, but it's buttery. The next one is called Blanc Type. And Blanc Type is described as a creamy beige, and it's a matte. And that's very similar to Vanilla. It's right here. But it's really pretty. The next one is MAC's Shroom, and it is described as a soft beige with shimmer, and it's a satin finish. I just kind of want to give you an idea of the finish. It's really pretty. I used those all for my highlight shade. The next one is MAC's Brulee, and Brulee is a soft, creamy beige, and it's a satin finish. Some girls use that as an all-over color. I find it's a little light for me. It basically looks like I'm wearing my foundation or my face powder on my eyes, so I don't tend to use it for that. The next color is Arena, and Arena is a soft gold peach with pearl, and that's a satin. So I will show you that because it's really cool. Soft gold peach. How can that not be flattering? Looks like your skin, but better. See it? It's a very soft. Instead of using Brulee for an all-over lid color, I'll use that. The next one is MAC's Rice Paper. And rice paper is described by MAC as peachy gold with shimmer, and it's a frost finish. Let's speed this up. Naked Lunch. Naked Lunch is one that, like, if you don't have very many eyeshadows, I would really recommend this one. It's described by MAC as minimal pink with shimmer, and it's a frost. So if you're used to wearing pinks and purples, maybe goldy pinks, this would be a really great one. I would recommend that. The next one is Grain. And Grain is very, very similar to that Arena that we just talked about. I think Grain says it's a golden beige with icy shimmer satin. On the website, it looks really dark. Like, I'm going to even show you the paper that I'm looking at. On the website, I mean, that's what the shade is. But when I look at it in person, to me, it's much lighter. So I don't know if you pay attention to the website, but I would say grain is much lighter than they advertise. But in a good way. I mean, it's still beautiful. It just wasn't what I was expecting. The next one is All That Glitters, and this is definitely one of their top favorites on the website. And All That Glitters has like the most gorgeous, like glittery finish. It's really hard to see, but it's really pretty. All right, so next is All That Glitters is described as beige with gold pearl, and that's a Velux pearl finish. It's really, really gorgeous. The next one is Jest, and Jest, believe it or not, is a pink. It's soft peach with icy shimmer, and it's a frost finish. Really nice, like peachy pinky, but it's still kind of silver gold. I don't know how to explain it. It's really pretty though. All right, this next one is Sable. Now, I think if you're not that big of an eyeshadow person, Sable will probably be really good for you. It's a very soft brown with a little bit of shimmer. It says it's gold plum with bronze pearl, and it's velvet. If you can kind of see the shimmer as I'm moving it. So if you wanted to just put this all over your eyelid and go, it would be gorgeous. So I think that is like one that I would definitely recommend for a newcomer. Omega. Omega actually looks kind of gray in the palette. Looks like a grayish color. But I have it in my palette with the browns, actually, because on skin it looks brown to me. But Omega is described by MAC as a soft, muted beige taupe, and it's a matte finish. Not sure how much I agree with that, but it's really pretty. This next one, I don't know how you say it. H-A-U-X. Hawks? I don't know. And that one is actually more of a purple. It's really pretty. It says it's a soft, muted, rosy brown, and it's a satin. And I like satin finishes. If you've never worn a satin, I think you might like them because they're really easy to work with. Do you see that pretty rosy brown? Really easy to work with, almost like user-friendly. And I know eyeshadow should be user-friendly. We've been doing it since we were like 12. But that color is really easy to blend. This next one is Charcoal Brown, and it is basically exactly as it's described. The next one is Cork. Now, Cork is another one that if you have medium brown to dark brown, I would definitely recommend Cork. It's a medium brown hair. I use it for my eyebrows to fill them in, and it's perfect. Not too dark. It's almost like a taupey medium brown. It's really pretty. The next one is Wedge. Wedge is a great crease color. I think it would be flattering on most fair to medium skin tones. It'd be very pretty. It's a matte finish. And before I forget, Cork is described as a muted golden brown, and Wedge is described as a soft muted beige taupe brown. Soft muted beige taupe brown. I know that's a lot to take on. Next is Soft Brown, and that is what it's described as. I think this is the ideal crease shade for most medium to fair skinned women. It's described as Soft Brown, soft golden peachy brown matte. It's really nice for the crease. If you're not that big into eyeshadow, that might be an easy one to start with. The next one is Foley, and I think Foley is gorgeous. I did not realize when I got it that it was going to be this dark. And it's described as reddish brown plum satin. On the page, this is from the website. I guess it matches, but I didn't realize it was going to be that dark. It's gorgeous. I will go ahead and swatch that. Really pretty. Very pigmented. It's great for the outer corner, the outer V, if you're trying to like accentuate that area. It's really good for that. All right, the next one is MAC's Brown Script. I already owned this one, and I absolutely love it. It's a reddish brown, and I used to think that reds and pinks on my eyes would make me look like I was sick or like I was crying, but it's not actually the case. It's really flattering. It's kind of like a pop. It's more like orange, and I would never have thought to get that, but when I was there, a consultant said this would look good on you, and I was like, I don't know, but she put it on me, and I was blown away. The next one is Swiss Chocolate. It's just like it sounds. It's a little lighter than I might have thought, but this is really pretty. This is Mulch. I'm going to try to get the glare. Do you see the shimmer to it? Mulch is so pretty. It's a red brown with bronze pearl, and it's a velvet finish. I think it's gorgeous. I'm going to do it on the other hand for you. Trying to catch the shimmer. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Little shimmer, right? It's really pretty. And then we have Query. And Query is described as, it's like a light purple brown. Kind of hard to describe, but they consider it a soft muted plum brown, and it's a matte finish. So it's really pretty. You can wear it with purples or browns. I like it as an all over color. It's not too dark. The next one was kind of a crazy try. I didn't know I was going to like it, but it's called Tempting. If you can see it, you see all the shimmer in that baby? It is highly shimmery, but it's actually really pretty on the skin. I think a little goes a long way with this one, but if you like yourself some shimmer, maybe for a going out night, nothing too crazy. It's still in a neutral color. It's the top one here. Well, I guess it's the bottom one now. It's a little lighter than Foley, but it's still got that awesome shimmer. Or Mulch, I think it was Mulch I tried on there. It's really pretty. Okay, just a few more left. This is a limited edition color. It's called Behold. It's a matte gray with brown in it. It had some mixed reviews, but it's been discontinued, so I'm not going to go into it a whole lot. The next color is Coquette, which is flirt in other languages, which I think is really funny. But this one is described as a muted grayish taupe, and it's a satin finish. I haven't actually used this one. I'm not sure how I would, but it's really pretty if you're trying to go gray, but not like ashy gray. It'd be really pretty. This next one is Sumptuous Olive, and it's exactly as it sounds. It's a really pretty olive color with a little bit of shimmer. That one it says khaki with pearl, and that's a Velux pearl, but it's called Sumptuous Olive, so I assume they know it has some green in it. The next one is called Fiction, and this says it's a muted green shimmer frost, and it was a limited edition. It's a darker version, basically, of Sumptuous Olive, with more gray rather than gold in it. The next one's unlike a lot of the colors in my collection. This is called Contrast, and it is a really dark blue, purple. It's described as purplish blue with blue pearl, and it's a velvet finish. This is gorgeous. I think that if I want to do a smoky eye and I'm bored with browns or, black, if you wanted to change up your makeup routine and just wanted a little change, look at how gorgeous that is. Purplish blue. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, next one is Satellite Dreams, and this MAC describes as a plum with violet pearl. It's a Velux pearl, really pretty. Next we have Scene, which looks really dark here, but Scene is I have it here, I swear. There we are. It's a muted blue-gray satin, so it's really pretty. If you like to wear grays a lot, maybe like a blue-eyed person or blonde or somebody that looks really pretty. This one is Smut. Now, Smut is actually like a dark brown red, but if you can see, like it is a good substitute for carbon or black if you aren't ready to go all the way black, because black can be hard to blend and hard to work with. Smut is a great substitute. MAC describes Smut as muted black with red shimmer, and it's a velvet finish. The next one is Plum Dressing, and Plum Dressing is pinky plum with metal, Velux pearl. And it's not a joke because it's got metal pan showing. It's just a metal shimmer, kind of funny. The next one is Stars and Rockets. It's a purple with pink pearl. It's really pretty too. Actually, I'm going to put this next to that contrast color, which was that really concentrated blue purple. I'm just going to show you like how pretty they could look together if you wore those in a look. See how they like really complement each other together, these last two? And then just a few left. This is cranberry. Cranberry is like very popular. I'm still not sold on it. I know it looks like I've used a lot of it, but it is described as red plum with pink shimmer frost. I'm not sure if I would buy this again, honestly. It's just okay. The next one is satin taupe. Satin taupe is like one of their #1 sellers, maybe like top 5, but it is probably, if I was going to tell anyone to buy like 5 eyeshadows, any starter at MAC, I would definitely recommend this one. It's a taupe with silver shimmer, and the reason that's so gorgeous is it's easy to wear, and it's I think it's a satin. Yes, it's a shimmer, but it's a satin finish, so it's really smooth. And you see here, it's a very complimentary, flattering color on pretty much anyone. So, 2 more. This is called Shale. Shale is really pretty as well. This is a mauve plum with subtle shimmer. I find it's very neutral. It's not as plum as it might sound, but it's still really nice. If you pair it with purples, it really pops. The next and last one I'm going to show you is Sketch. And Sketch is a gorgeous dark purple. It says it's burgundy with red shimmer in a velvet. It's really fun to wear, and I love to use it in the outer crease. It's very pigmented, and I think that it's pretty on a lot of eye color, skin tones. So there it is, very pigmented Sketch. So I hope that was helpful. If you're considering buying a few eyeshadow colors from MAC, I would sum up that some good ones would be soft brown or wedge for the crease. For all over colors, you might consider Naked Lunch or Satin Taupe, perhaps, Grain. And then if you're looking for a highlight shade, you could go with something like Nylon, Vanilla, Rice Paper, Shroom, whatever. It depends on what you're looking for. But I hope this is helpful if you're looking to buy some MAC eyeshadows and you're not quite sure where to start. It's a really easy way to get your foot wet and try some different finishes. You know, maybe you're not a fan of the matte finishes, maybe you like the satin ones because they're easier to blend. Maybe you like ones with more shimmer. If you have younger skin, shimmers can be really pretty. So I hope you guys learned a little bit. If you have any questions or want me to try out some colors, let me know, and I would be happy to check them out. Thanks.